All right, guys, we have a 2010 Civic. It's a two-door. We're gonna replace the rear brake pads and rotors. And this caliper in the back is a not dual piston. This is the dual caliper, meaning your handbrake works with it and your foot brakes works with it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove these two little screws, these Phillips. Usually they're tough to get out, but we have a punch here, so that's what we're gonna use for that. We're gonna remove the 12 here, 12 here, and there's a 14 in the back and another 14 in the bottom for the bracket. And we're gonna remove this number 12 on this line here. Some people might find it not necessary, but that will make your life a little easier. This letter 12, so the caliper, this will give a little bit extra free play to the line, so the caliper can be removed. All right, so we're gonna start working on this. And to begin, we're gonna remove the number 12 in the back. You remove both 12s just like that for the caliper. And then also the number 12 in the back for the line. This is gonna loosen up the line a little bit. A lot of people don't remove that, but then they force the line, and you can damage the line if you don't remove that bolt. There you go, that bolt is out. Now we're back on this side. The caliper should just come right off. You could pry bar it if it doesn't come off, or use a flathead. Or you can use a wrench. Anything will work. So there's the brake pads, they're done, almost done. And they're garbage. Next, what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove the number 14s in the back. That's gonna release the caliper bracket. These rotors are in shitty condition. Customer complained the car shakes on high speed when you press the brakes. We're gonna do the front one, that'd be a separate video. On the back, I want you to pay attention. Once these bolts come off, there's two little shims here. They stay on. Make sure when you put them on, they are on, you know? If you don't put that on, it's gonna disturb the distance between the caliper bracket and the rotor, and that might cause some issues and noises down the road. All right, next. I didn't bring the hammers over there. Next, what we're gonna do is we're gonna use a punch to release these bolts. They're super tight. But if you have a tool like this, it shouldn't be that hard. Sometimes, you know, with the tool, it doesn't want to come out with the tool either sometimes. Hit it hard. Let's see what happens. There you go. What this tool does is it impacts inward and twists the little bolt out for you. There you go, we have one out. Now the next one. you go. You just gotta have patience and give it some time, and those will come out with the tool. All right, once you have those out, next we can smack the hammer out. I mean smack the rotor. Hit it here. Don't try not to hit it because you'll miss and hit it here. Try to. There you go. Alright, what we'll do is we'll clean that hub a little bit because it's definitely gonna need cleaning. You got a little bit of rust here and there. So we'll brush that down a little bit. And we'll come right back once it's nice and clean. We'll put a little bit of grease on that. Okay. A little bit of grease all around. Put it on the here too, a little there.
On this bolt?
Yeah, right where the rotor, not on the bolt, over here on the surface. Alright, so we have some grease on it and we're gonna put the rotor on now. Should be good enough. That will give the rotor just perfect slick to slide on this place. We're gonna put the 2 screws back on. They just gotta be hand tight. Let me just check his car real quick. So he's gonna tighten those up and I'm gonna come right back. All you gotta do is tighten those 2 little screws. So these 2 are tight. You got the rotor on. We're gonna go back. We're gonna take the bracket and we're gonna put the bracket on. You always want to clean the bracket a little bit from all that old dust. If you have new plates, you can put the new plates on. But we like to use, if they're not damaged or anything, because they're original, they're more solid. The new material is like a cheap material. And we like these, so we're gonna leave these on. We'll grease them up once we have the pads on. And that's it. And we're gonna put the brakes back in. So the 2 14mm bolts go back to hold that bracket. That's one. Now the bottom one. These brakes should take you good, like at least half an hour to 20 minutes on each side. You take your time and have patience, grease up everything. Make sure those bolts are nice and tight. And that's it. What are we doing next? We're gonna compress the piston. Alright, to compress this piston, you have to twist and turn. And you need a tool such as this to compress this caliper. What this does is, with these little teeth, it grabs onto the center. And as you rotate, it twists and pushes the piston inside. And that's the only way. You cannot push this one in, you have to twist it. And then you put the 14 in the back. And all that does is it twists and pushes the piston inside. And you have to pay attention to one last thing. The little cross in the center, it has to be straight up cross in the middle. The reason is, we'll show you what's the reason. He's gonna try to get it right in the center. So it's like a center plus sign. I'll show you the once in a minute once he gets it in the spot. Alright, so this is what I'm gonna show you. It's a little bit off. Let's get a little bit more. Alright, I want to show you this. See that cross? It's like straight top to bottom. This little line here, you have to get that there. The reason is this brake pad, it has this little nipple in the back that goes straight in the center of that. If you don't have it, it's never gonna line. Alright, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the brake pads in. You always got to get this sensor in the back of it. If you put it in the front, it'll hit the rim. We'll put a little bit of grease here, a little bit of grease on the opposite side of the pad. This grease helps the calipers be nice and smooth on the brakes. It eliminates some of the squeak as well. And we're gonna do the same thing in the back. And that's it. We're gonna put the caliper back on. The two number 12s, they go back in its place. And then you have the other 14, I believe it's a 14 on the opposite end. 12 also on the opposite end. You tighten that as well. That's the one that holds that line back there. Tight, and the last thing left is the little bolt in the back. He's gonna tighten that in the back. That holds the line together. That's it. Once you have that in tight, the brake job is done. We'll put the tire on and then we'll test drive the car. As long as there's no noise, everything is smooth, you're set.